What's up, you guys? Brandasauresrex here, coming at you with another video review. So today we're going to be reviewing the MonsterArts Godzilla 2014 Spitfire version. I keep wanting to call it the Spitting Fire version because that sounds more appealing to my brain, but it is the Spitfire version. So I made a little display to show you guys show off the cool effects that come with the Godzilla and also how awesome this figure is. So you may be asking yourself, what is so important about this figure that it deserves its own review comparing to the original 2014 Godzilla, and I'll explain why in this video. So before we get into the full-on review of this figure, let's take a look at the beautiful box that Godzilla comes in. So now that we have the box out of the way, let's take a look at Godzilla's accessories, because boy does this Godzilla deliver in accessories. So the first thing that I want to mention is this display base that comes with Godzilla. Very cool. I love the way this looks. Very reminiscent of the movie. You could kind of see me right there. You can see my forehead. So very reminiscent of the movie, and it's got some copyrights there. Very cool. My one problem with these bases is the fact that you have these parts of the bases right here, these kind of corner parts of the bases are kind of cut off to the user. So as cool as that is, it kind of sucks that you can't use it. Second thing, we have our Act 4 stand. Very cool, very neat. Nothing typically new there. And then we have the beam effect for Godzilla. I think this is very lovely. Looks really awesome. Beautiful color. I noticed, I don't know if it's just mine or maybe it was the way it's packaged, but the beam effect itself is warped. If you kind of look at the end right here, it kind of leans up a little bit. Nothing typically wrong with it, or too wrong with it, excuse me. I just find it a little weird. It does help for angling the effect part when it comes to putting it on the ground and reaching upwards. I think that it works out very well. I think that's pretty cool. So last and certainly not least, we have the Muto and Godzilla hand combo. So this hand is specifically designed for holding the Muto head. It is attached to the Muto head. So the hand and the head do not come apart. If you do pull it apart, you have broken it, and you can no longer do the cool effect of adding this onto your Godzilla 2014. Also, this works with both Godzillas, the 2014 Godzilla and the Godzilla 2014 Spitfire version. You can use it for both, which I'll demonstrate right now. So here we have the Godzilla 2014 Spitfire version with the Muto head, and I kind of tried to make it look like the part where Godzilla pries the mouth open to spit the atomic breath into the mouth. I thought that was pretty cool. I think this would be something that I try to recreate in photo version. So yeah, so now let's get it where the 2014 Godzilla is holding in. And here we have Godzilla 2014 holding the Muto head, and I think this looks pretty freaking awesome. One thing I do have to mention is that prying off the hand to the Godzilla 2014, this guy is such a pain in the ass. Oh my god. I apologize for cursing, but jeez, it is such a pain to get it off. I do suggest heating up the hand before unpegging it from the body. So here we have Godzilla 2014 using his atomic breath, and god damn, this is like awesome. I am so in love with the idea of the blue dorsal plates on this figure with the beam effect itself, it kind of makes me wish that they would do a 90s and millennium repaint again with the dorsal plates lit up exactly like this. One thing that I have to mention, and I have to get it off my chest, and the one thing that's been bugging me this whole time, is that they finally fixed the eye problem. Yes! A victory for us complaining guys. A victory for us. I know that I said in my review of this guy that it's not that big of a deal since his eyes are so small, and it's really not, but I'm glad to see that Bandai decided to fix the problem. So just to show you up close, this is the Godzilla 2014 Spitfire version, and this is the Godzilla 2014 figure, and as you can see, the eye problem is very, very apparent. You can see that this eye over here is rather sunken in, and this eye over here is looking in like directly up, while the other one's looking slightly straighter than the other one. So you can see how it could come off derpy to some people. So now we're going to get into some comparison shots where I'm going to take a few shots from both figures and put them together so you guys can see the differences between the two figures and why you should actually own both of them. So one thing I wanted to mention about the detailing and sculpting of this figure, just to be real brief about it, is that this is not the same plastic that they used with the first 2014 Godzilla when it comes down to this figure. The plastic seems a little bit different, and I know this figure was made differently. I know that I saw some of the prototypes and the models, and they were very see-through to make the translucent plastic, and they tried to match the colors perfectly, but they didn't. The body is a lot darker than the arms and the legs, and you can see that these are like the original sculpt and the original paint from the original Godzilla 2014. You can see that the body is made from a completely different type of plastic, and you can also see it very well when it goes from the transition between the blue spikes on the tail and the regular spikes on the ending of the tail. So now that we are done with the comparisons and the detailing of the figure, let's go on to some size comparisons with this guy and some other Godzilla figures. So to wrap up my review and my thoughts on this figure, on if you need it or have to have it, I gotta say this figure was a must get for me. I am a huge fan of Godzilla 2014, and I will continue to be a huge fan with the movie. Despite the flaws, I can see past it, and I hope you can as well. But beyond that, I had to get this figure. When I had the Godzilla 2014, knowing the situation with the eye problem and some of the sloppy paint on the redo, I figured that this figure was going to be better. And I was right when I mean that this figure is better in every possible way. The paint on this figure for the dorsal plates is beautiful. The different shades of blue and hints of white in there are amazing. The fact that the eye paint is fixed makes me so happy, makes me praise whatever Godzilla you believe in. Get it? And also the added beam effect is just a bonus to me. So if you definitely have to get a Godzilla 2014 figure, this would be the one to get. With that being said, this figure will be coming out soon, so make sure to get your hands on it as soon as it comes out. Make sure to check out my second channel in the link down below. Make sure to check out my brother's channel in the link down below as well. And also don't forget to check out a.c.b.a or Articulated Comic Book Art. The link will also be to that in the description down below. So with that being said guys, I'm gonna go. Peace out.